Well, this was a premiere showing of a movie which IFPRI and Center for Development Research have produced, and many colleagues who are engaged in the economics of land degradation and sustainable land management research have contributed to that. I'm Joachim von Braun from the Center for Development Research. You can, as techniques were not loud enough here, of course click on the movie to see it on YouTube at home. Make it your Saturday evening event. I want to introduce this session with 3 remarks. Soil and land are critical parts of the food and nutrition system. We all know that. But this food and nutrition system gets increasingly complex, and these complexities make risk analysis, food and nutrition risk analysis, increasingly difficult. Risk analysis is not good enough. We must build in resilience into the food system. Third, land and soil's critical functionalities as part of the overall critical functionalities of the food system are to be seen as very important elements of food system resilience. So if the critical functionalities on soils are reduced or breaking down, the overall food system suffers. Resilience is a systems issue. And that's why we position this sustainable land management, which is dealing with building in resilience into that aspect of the overall food system. That's why we put this here on the agenda with the 4 key issues: preparedness and planning, absorption of shocks, recovery, and adaptation. So these are the conceptual framework conditions under which we address the issues of soil. Absorption of shocks, bringing you down from your usual trajectory, the recovery, and the adaptation. The most resilient system tends to be the human being, which absorbs infectious shocks and gets stronger, hopefully, by overcoming a disease. If you're attacked by an infection, you get the strength to deal with the next infection if the system works. So this is why adaptation comes after the shock and the recovery, not before. Before you can just plan in an uncertain environment. I want to stop theorizing and conceptualizing at this point, but we are early in the conference, and I thought it's important that we have a few key concepts around resilience in our mind while we listen to our colleagues on soil and land sustainable management. Our first speaker is Ephraim Konya, Senior Research Fellow of IFPRI. He will